The key to a good reading of Froggy Gets Dressed is the voices and the matching the manner of speaking to the verbs in the story. So tug, he tugged on his mittens. Tug is go, like you pull, pull, pull. That is tug, tugging, like tug of war. You know, tug of war, 拔河, that's tug of war. Froggy has a tug of war with his mittens. And he puts on his scarf. It's a very flowing motion. He unbuttons his shirt. Actually, no, opposite. He buttons up his shirt. Button, button, button. What else? The voices. Froggy's voice and his mum's voice need to be different. And I would even say put Froggy on one side and his mum on the other, and just move slightly to Frog's position when you're being Froggy and his mum's position when you're being Mummy, so you can differentiate the two different characters. Yeah, what else? Anything else for Frog? Oh, there's lots of flop, flop, flop. And you should know that the sound, the word flop, is an onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeias are words which sound like an action, like a sound. A word which is like a sound, like click, bang, flop. Flop is one. So you need to go flop, flop, flop. It's like a frog's feet. Flop, flop, flop. Okay? All right, and I'll remind you of this when I train you, but please practice over the weekend because we don't have much time. I'm glad that I'm able to help with your story competition, but you need to practice with style. You need to enjoy the story. And here you go. Here's the story. My attempt at the story. On a cold winter morning, Froggy woke up and looked out the window. Snow! Snow! He sang. I want to play in the snow. Go back to sleep, Froggy, said his mother. Don't you know frogs are supposed to sleep all winter? Wake up when the snow melts. No, no, cried Froggy. I'm awake, awake! I want to go out and play in the snow. So Froggy put on his socks, zoop, pulled on his boots, zup, put on his hat, zat, tied on his scarf, zwit, tugged on his mittens, zoop, and flopped outside into the snow. Flop, flop, flop. Froggy! Called his mother. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. Oops! Cried Froggy. I forgot to put on my pants! He flopped back inside. Flop, flop, flop. Tugged off his mittens. Untied his scarf. Took off his hat. Pulled off his boots and slipped his pants on. Zip! Then he pulled on his boots. Zup! Put on his hat. Zat! Tied on his scarf. Zwit! Tugged on his mittens. Zoop! And flopped back outside into the snow. Flop, flop, flop. Froggy! Called his mother. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. Oops! Cried Froggy. I forgot to put on my shirt. And your coat, added his mother. So Froggy flopped back inside. Flop, flop, flop. Tugged off his mittens, untied his scarf, took off his hat, and buttoned up his shirt. Then he snapped on his coat, put on his hat, tied on his scarf, tugged on his mittens, and flopped back outside into the snow. Flop, flop, flop. "Froggy!" called his mother. "What?" yelled Froggy. "Did you forget to put something on?" Froggy looked down. He had on his mittens, scarf, coat, shirt, pants, boots, and socks. He reached up. Yep, he had on his hat. What could he be missing? "Your underwear!" His mother laughed. "Oops!" cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. He flopped back inside. Flop, flop, flop. He took off his clothes, and then he said, "I'm too tired." He went back to sleep. Good night.